Welcome everyone to another documentation. What we have here is a 2003 Volkswagen EuroVan Winnebago Camper. This EuroVan is painted in Arctic white. On the key you've got the buttons for lock and unlock. The driver's door panel has a lockable storage compartment. You have power windows, locks, and mirrors. It has a gray interior with cloth seat upholstery. Both the front seats are manually adjusted. Now that we're on the wheel, let's go ahead and start the engine. In the lineage of Volkswagen vans, there is of course the iconic rear-engine air-cooled VW bus. Then came the T3, known by Americans as the Vanagon, which was also air-cooled and rear-engine. After the Vanagon, there came this, the T4 Transporter, or EuroVan as it was sold in North America. The T4 EuroVan was sold in North America from model years 1993 through 2003, making this 03 one of the last ones. Right off the bat, the water-cooled T4 EuroVan was a massive departure from the bus and Vanagon, in that it used a front-engine front-wheel drive layout as opposed to the outgoing rear-engine rear-wheel drive layout of its predecessors. Though 2003 was the EuroVan's last year in North America, VW continued to introduce newer generations of the Transporter internationally in the following years, like the T5 and T6. Internationally, the T4 you could get as a cargo van and even a version with a pickup bed. But here in North America, the EuroVan was pretty much just a passenger vehicle, and these things have amassed quite the cult following in the camper van community. There was a standard passenger version with minivan-esque seating offered, but then you can also get the MV or MV Weekender, which included a back seat that could fold into a bed, a built-in table, and a couple other niceties for camping. Finally, they also had what we have here, the EuroVan Camper Winnebago conversion, which was basically a small Class B motorhome complete with a kitchen, water hookups, etc. By the way, this thing also has a pop-up roof, which I believe adds an extra bed above the driver's area, but I don't show it off in this video. Now, Winnebago also made a few Class C motorhomes based on a EuroVan cutaway as well, such as the Winnebago Rialta. Over the years, a number of engines were offered in the EuroVan, but by 2003 in the US market, its sole engine was a 201 horsepower 2.8-liter VR6. Yes, not a V6, flat 6, or inline 6, a VR6. This was a special type of six-cylinder engine made by Volkswagen, and is kind of like a V6, but the cylinder banks, 3 cylinders each, are at a much narrower angle than in a V6, giving the engine a compact design that allows for just one cylinder head to cover all 6 cylinders, much like a straight 6. Here's a quick MS Paint template I made for reference. Anyhow, the only transmission offered here for 03 was a 4-speed automatic. Seating position is pretty high up. You have a nice commanding view of the road. In the instrument cluster, we have 4 analog gauges, your tachometer, speedometer, fuel gauge, and temperature gauge, with a few digital info displays. At the time of filming, this one has 81,220 miles on it. It has a 4-spoke design steering wheel. There are comfort grips all around the rim. If I'm not mistaken, this is a fixed steering wheel, so no tilting or telescoping. You have your headlight switch, panel dimmer, climate vent for the driver, grab handles on both A-pillars. On this side is your high beam, turn signal, and cruise control stock, whereas on this side is your wiper stock. Going down the center of the interior, you have your hazard switch, central climate vents, rear defrost. This one has been fitted with an aftermarket Kenwood head unit, cigarette lighter or 12-volt power outlet, ashtray or storage, a little bit of storage right here, and then you have your set of main climate controls right here. You have front and rear zone controls, so rear and then front. Storage, you have 2 cup holders, floor mounted gear shifter, the parking brake is hand operated, and both front seats have armrests on both sides. No glove box. Both Sunvisors do have vanity mirrors, lights, and card holders. Manually dimming rear view. Your overhead lighting. And the front passenger gets a grab handle. But now we'll go ahead and roll down the driver's window and then take a look at the engine bay. Both front windows are fully automatic. "16-inch 5-spoke alloy rims. Powering the 03 EuroVan is a 2.8-liter naturally aspirated VR6 engine. It has an iron block with an aluminum head along with dual overhead camshafts and 4 valves per cylinder. Horsepower is rated at 201 at 6,200 RPM, while torque is rated at 181 pound-feet at 2,500 RPM. Power is sent to the front wheels via a 4-speed automatic transmission with low gear selection. Running on premium unleaded with a 21.1-gallon fuel tank, updated EPA estimates for the EuroVan Camper are 14 mpg in the city and 18 mpg on the highway. It has a double wishbone front suspension and a trailing arm rear suspension. Stopping the van are 4-wheel disc brakes with vented front rotors. The fuel cap is on the driver's side, and as you can see, it only has one back sliding door, which is on the passenger side. So we can step on in back here. So here is where like a second row seat would have been if this is a regular van, but as you can tell, this is a motorhome. Now this is a table that looks like a tabletop. Yeah, I do apologize. I'm just not, I don't know much about motorhomes. But I can say that this one was done by Winnebago. Right here is your central, I guess your kitchen area. So if you undo both of these at once, you have a sink. And then you've also got a 2-burner stovetop. Little drawer in there. And a little cupboard, as you can see, someone left their kitchen odds and ends in here. Places to put stuff. Outlets. And then you also have a mini fridge, which is still on. These waters are cold. Oh yeah, little freezer too. 12-volt outlet, household style outlets. And yeah, I'm not gonna try and mess around because I don't know much about this, but I believe this roof does lift up. I see the hydraulics. This little vent to open. Mat pockets in the back of both front seats. And now we'll sit in this third row. I mean, room is great. A cup holder on this side. Cup holders right here. Mirror. Oh, I already opened that. Now this lever right here, with this, you can slide this whole rear bench back and forth. But I have it all the way up so I can demonstrate that it makes into a bed. It won't go completely flat, the headrests are in the way, but you can get some sheets, pillows, and camp in this thing. Pretty nice. I believe that's an awning up top too. Single exhaust and your rear wiper. More outlets. Looks like a shower head. I guess you can have a shower from here. Yep, running water. See what we got in there. Furnace. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2003 Volkswagen EuroVan. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.